Ladies and gentlemen, I took my glasses off. I was so fuck. Oh my god. Oh my god, guys. Volkanovski gets absolutely nuked with the right hand. I told you the whole time on my live stream. I was saying he's loading up the right hand. He's loading up the overhand right because Volk does a lot of this. He does a lot of this. He plays with that front hand. He likes to, you know, pull at the other person's guard. He likes to feint with that front hand. So his face is open for an overhand right, and Ilia was feinting it, and they were basically trading back and forth, single shots. Volk would land a single shot, a leg kick. Ilia would land a leg kick or a jab or something like that. Single strikes. The very first exchange where they started throwing in combination 3, 4, 5 plus strikes, Volk gets knocked out cold. I'm blaming Zuck. Why the hell was Zuck was on my screen for like y'all complained about Taylor Swift during the Super Bowl? I'm complaining about Zuck on UFC because they showed this motherfucker like 20 times, bro. And he was in the damn corner, and then Volk gets slept. God, that was crazy. Man, that was crazy. Yeah, new champion, Ilia Topuria, man. I don't even know what to say. I don't know who beats him right now. I'm almost scared to even put my boy Max Holloway in there. I love Max. Max has maybe the greatest chin in the history of the UFC, but my God, that dude is dangerous. The 35 and up stat remains true. Under 170 pounds. The only person to win in a title fight is still Tyron Woodley. The Luke Thomas stat, as some call it. He beat Darren Till, and he beat Damian Maia were after 35. Everybody else after 35, it's downhill. Volk, 35 years old, gets knocked out by 27-year-old Ilia Topuria. This dude's a problem, man. This dude's a problem. Damn, but I could go on the whole video and talk about that, but y'all, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory what happened in that fight. Volk was doing good, kind of outpointing him. I thought the first round was close. Volk landed more, significant punches, but Ilia was landing some hard low kicks back, made him switch stances a couple times. And again, the first time they get into a longer exchange, probably like the third or fourth punch in the exchange was an overhand right, lands flush, puts Volk out cold, slept him for a while. They went back, panned back to the commentators, panned back to him. He's still down. It was bad. It was bad. But yeah, moving on to the co-main event. I thought this was a very, very, very. Oh, UFC main event is official. Pereira versus Hill. No way. They try to slip that in there. They just look the comments. No one is watching this. Oh, they try to slip that in there. That's funny. All right, I'm gonna move. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So this was a very redeeming performance for Costa, even in defeat. Man, I thought this was the first time that Costa looked like his old self since the Izzy fight. He's coming into these other fights with a little bit of flab. Like he's known for his physique and being jacked and slim, muscled up. But if you look at his physique in the Vittori fight and the Rockhold fight, he was not in his tip-top shape. This fight week, he came in tip-top shape, and that's what made me think that he might win this fight. And in that octagon, the same as DDP. DDP and Costa have made me realize how undersized Whittaker is against some of these monsters in this weight class. Because, man, he made Whittaker look small. and Whittaker was landing significantly more strikes, yet his face was completely clean, and Whittaker was leaking bad. Like he was landing more, but every time Costa landed, it seemed to affect him way, way more. He throws that nasty spinning kick at the end of the first round that I think won him that round. It was a very close round, and then he lands that and hurts Whittaker badly. Could have been really bad if there was more time left, and I think that wins him the first round. Second and third round, I think Whittaker took those. In the third round, at the beginning of the third round, I was honestly saying Whittaker to secure this fight needs to just wrestle because, as I said, he's quicker, he's out techniquing him, but for every four that he lands, Costa lands one, and that one looks like it's hurting Whittaker every time. Looks like he was hurting him every time. I'm just looking at Twitter right now. Oh, people, I'm getting cooked on Twitter. Damn it, Zuckerberg! Oh my god, I'm getting cooked. Oh man, moving down the card. Yeah, but solid win for Whittaker. But I think Costa's stock definitely goes up. His best performance in a while. Best performance in a while. Um, and I think it actually this fight further legitimized that Costa versus Hamzat is a very real fight. And if they rebook that, it's I don't know. It's up in the air, man. It's up in the air. Whittaker didn't really try to wrestle, so we didn't really see Whittaker's wrestling versus his takedown defense. But I think Hamzat, I don't know, man. I mean, Hamzat has power, but dude, Costa when he's at his best, dude, that dude is a tank. Like I was just looking at them in the octagon, and he just looks so. His back looked huge for 185. So yeah, both of their stocks go up. Whittaker's just an absolute dog, Hall of Famer, being undersized, coming up from 170 and still toughing out, bloody leaking, still toughs it out and wins that. The guy's an absolute legend. So I don't know what they'll do next with him, but I'm excited for him regardless. Great fight for both of those guys. Moving down the card, we're gonna have Ian Garry versus Jeff Neal. Very technical fight. A fight that was very exciting to me at first. In the first round, they were cooking, man. I thought this was a great fight. I'm like, oh, this is very technical. This is very back and forth. And it stayed that way back and forth. But the constant dapping up was pissing me off. And I'm not the type of person that thinks that every fight needs trash talk and every fight needs to be heated and every fight needs to hate each other. I don't think that. But like at some point, guys, like they were literally like after every exchange dapping each other up. And these are supposed to be guys that hate each other. Like this was supposed to be a heated rivalry. This is supposed to be a fight that we wanted for years. Or not years, but like a year maybe. And then we finally get it, and they're fucking like dapping up like it's a sparring section every 5 seconds. I get, if you eye poke somebody or you hit them low or they land a good strike, you want to do that, but they're doing it after every exchange, and it kind of ruined the flow of the fight. It was a very technical fight. It was a very close fight. Um, I honestly can't even remember how I scored it. Every at the end of every round, I was thinking like, damn, that was a close round. I don't know who won that. Um, yeah, Ian Garry was really doing well when he was coming forward. When he was defending, he was kind of backing straight up, and that was allowing Jeff Neal to, land strikes and then get him on the cage and kind of hold him. And that's why I actually thought Jeff Neal might have edged the decision, just because as far as damage, they were very close. Significant strikes, they were pretty close. But the one thing that kind of separated them was Jeff Neal had, I think, over 3 minutes of, clinch control time. He was pretty much, ring generalship. That's a term coming from boxing, but he was pretty much walking forward the whole fight. He kind of had, um, Ian Garry on the back foot going backwards. Judges sometimes, score that. But overall, I'm not mad at Ian Garry winning. 30-27 for him was a little bit crazy to me, but you know, every round's close. It's scored on a round by round basis. Even if you edged him on the round, that could still possibly be 30-27. So, um, yeah, I wasn't upset. I wasn't too upset with them giving it to Ian Garry, but I did kind of lean Jeff Neal at the decision. But either way, despite all the hate, guys, you can hate him all you want, but Ian Garry's for real, man. Ian Garry's for real. He's the truth. It'll be interesting to see what he does next. And it's impressive that despite all the hate, despite all the trash talk, he was able to still perform in there at the press conference. He did look a little shook up. His voice was a little bit quivering, but hey, he fought like a dog, man. Excited for that dude's future and see how far he can go. I think Joe Rogan said something about I'd love to see him and Leon Edwards. Maybe. I don't think he's ready for all that smoke yet, but he might crack the top 5 now, so he's getting close. Um, and then Merab versus Henry Cejudo, man. First round, I picked Merab. First round, I was like, damn, Henry looks good, man. But that pace, that pace takes over. Even in a 3-round fight with a guy Henry Cejudo that's used to 5-round fights, Merab is still able to gas you out in a 3-round fight with that pace. It's unreal. This is why, like, it's some of those striking exchanges were very sloppy, and I was thinking, oh my god, imagine these guys striking with O'Malley. But then at the same time, I'm thinking, imagine if O'Malley can't finish him in the first 2 or 3 rounds. Oh my god, he's gonna be drowning. He's gonna be drowning. And everybody's like, Merab will just take him down. But O'Malley showed, good takedown defense against Peter Yan. But then we see what Merab did to Peter Yan. It's like, man, if he gets a hold of him, or if he gets a hold of O'Malley or Cheeto, I think Cheeto would maybe fare a little bit better as far as cardio wise and, being able to go 5 rounds. But I don't know if O'Malley could go 5 rounds with Merab and win a decision. It would be like knockout or bust almost, because this dude is unreal with the pace he puts on people. Unreal. But yeah, it might be the end for Henry Cejudo. I felt a little bit bad. He was taking off his gloves. He looked like he wanted to retire, and the broadcast just completely ignored him. They're like, "Hey, Henry, you already retired once, buddy. You ain't getting no airtime this time. Do it on Instagram. Sorry, sorry." And also, Merab, this is where all the Zuck shit started. This man beats Henry Cejudo, jumps the cage to celebrate with Zuck, bro. What is it? What is everyone's obsession with Zuck? Like, since when was he like a cool guy? Since when was he like cool? Like, yeah, he made Facebook. I thought everyone hated rich people. What happened? Don't y'all usually hate billionaires? But everyone loves. I think he does a little bit of jujitsu, and everybody loves him. But I'm like, Jesus. Now I know how. Now I get what these NFL fans are saying. Like, stop showing Taylor Swift. I'm like, stop showing Zuck. Fuck, man. I'm just mad that Volk got knocked out. Damn, man. But yeah, what a fight. What a night. Excited to hear what you guys think in the comments. Drop your reactions, drop your thoughts, and drop if you thought anybody got robbed. Drop who you think everybody should fight next. What's next for Ilia? What's next for Merab? Should he fight the winner of O'Malley versus Cheeto? Who should be next for Whittaker? Let me know what you guys think. Appreciate everybody that came through the stream. UFC 299. I will be there live and in person. And 300. The next couple months, we're going to be cooking, guys. So be on the lookout. UFC 299, UFC 300. I'm going to have a lot of content coming. I'm going to be at those fights. Let's go. Thank you for watching. Appreciate all you guys, all you new subscribers. The channel's growing. Much love to everybody.